So I was really, ribbing you during the break, and you seemed to take everything that I threw at you. So first of all, you're probably an amazing host. Tell us how you got this
Thank
show,
you.
Essentials. How did you come into it?
Well, the Essentials was put together by the MTV News team because they wanted to figure out ways to give voice to people who are on the front lines fighting this pandemic and give voice to their perspectives that we haven't really heard, right? We haven't really heard from doctors that often about what it's like walking into their ward, seeing this many people on these hospital beds, and about service workers and nurses who, have to deal with families and people who aren't able to see their loved ones while they're dealing with the coronavirus because, they're quarantined off, even in the hospital. So what my series does, we talk to doctors like Luis Seja, who is a doctor, ER doctor right here in New York City. And what's so dope about it is these people just kind of unload. We're not talking just stats and numbers about how many people have passed. We're not talking antibodies and all of that. All of that has its place. But we want to get a conversation as real and authentic about what is it like for frontline workers, those essential workers dealing with this pandemic.
So how did you become that person to be, are you a journalist? What's your background, Dometi?
Yeah, journalist by trade. I come from Chicago. I've been in New York City for about a year and a half. And I came to New York to join MTV News. Some of my past work with MTV was my most recent show, True Life Crime, where we investigate murder, mysterious deaths that happen to young people across the country. I actually had a chance to talk to your show. You were on vacation because Karen just likes to travel around and leave and talking to other people. So
no, not true. That's a lie. That's fake. You are fake news.
Fake news already.
You are fake news. I do not like to travel. I do not. I hate traveling, as a matter of fact. It's one of the least. This quarantine, I'm low-key not really mad about not having to go anywhere.
Because you get to just sit in the house?
That's what I do anyway. So there's that. Go ahead, Lamont. What you looking at?
No, I'm listening. You're recluse. You're recluse.
Two steps from Howard Hughes. Okay, I can't get my fingernails to grow long enough to get right there with it. But anyway,
look at him.
That
means you were on vacation and at the crib. And I missed you.
Look, don't you see this bridge behind me? I'm living my best life right now.
Yeah, that was the story they told you. That was the story they told you to make you feel better. That she was
make me feel
preoccupied, out of town.
I see how y'all do over there.
Yeah. They lied to you. Basically, is what happened, Dometi, and I apologize because I would have told you the truth. He's here on Essentials, which is an interview show. You're out there. How are you getting the interviews? Are you using Zoom to get the folk? How are they coming to you?
Yeah, for the Essentials, we're using Zoom just like we are right now. We use Zoom. And we actually do a second cam. I'm giving y'all all the stuff because y'all understand the field. So we use the second light
taking notes.
To record get the notes. I got my production phone. We use the second camera to the second phone to get that second angle. So it still looks. I see you, Lamont, with the two phones shouted. So, three phones actually because you're on one with the, But so we use the second phone to get the second angle, and we call them via Zoom. And we try to do the interviews either at night or on the weekend when, these doctors are not as busy as they normally would be. And try as much as we can to be respectful of their time.
That's dope. The biggest pleasure of doing what you do, because this is not for the faint of heart, and not everyone can do it. And you seem to be extremely talented. So I see all of that. Yeah, Dometi. What's the biggest pleasure in doing this for you?
Getting to be myself, Karen. Honestly, like moments like this. I had a rough day. I ain't gonna lie to you. I had a very trying day, a very trying week. Yesterday we had back-to-back interviews. We got an interview coming out next week with Cory Booker, where we're talking about how black men wearing masks are getting harassed by the police, and then in some cases, for not wearing a mask, they're getting harassed by the police because the police are saying you're supposed to be wearing a mask. And he and 5 other senators wrote letters to the FBI and the DOJ demanding anti-bias police training right now during this time of this pandemic. So I had an interview with him and then a couple other interviews with people, with essential workers. And so it was just a lot of, all day, coronavirus, damn, we can't escape racism during the pandemic. Then we got doctors.
Right.
But in all of it, I think the thing that makes me most happy is at least I don't have to do it with a suit and tie. At least I don't have to do it with a fake name. At least I don't have to do it with a voice or perspective that isn't authentically mine. And I'm so appreciative of just getting to be myself and do what I love to do. That's probably the best part about it.